Welcome, soap opera enthusiasts, to today's deep dive into the explosive drama unfolding on The Bold and the Beautiful. What we're about to witness is a rivalry that escalates beyond repair, resulting in consequences that will shake the foundation of Los Angeles society. The tension between Sheila Carter and Poppy Nozawa has reached its boiling point, and what happens next will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. The scene opens dramatically at Il Giardino, where Sheila and Poppy are engaged in a heated argument. Their long-simmering tension finally erupts when Sheila, in a moment of unbridled rage, hurls a plate of food directly into Poppy's face. This shocking act comes after Poppy had already slapped Sheila twice across the face, escalating their verbal dispute into physical territory. Covered in food and humiliated, Poppy has no choice but to leave the restaurant. Her pristine outfit is ruined, and staying would only further her embarrassment. As she storms out, Sheila watches with a satisfied smirk, believing she's won this round of their ongoing feud. What Sheila fails to recognize, however, is that Poppy's retreat isn't surrender, it's strategic withdrawal. Poppy Nozawa is not someone who accepts defeat easily. Her departure from Il Giardino is merely the beginning of something far more sinister. Behind her composed exterior lies a calculating mind already formulating a plan for revenge. Her primary concern isn't just personal vengeance but also protecting her daughter Luna from Sheila's dangerous influence. Poppy begins monitoring Il Giardino, carefully noting the patterns of activity. She observes when Deacon typically leaves and when the restaurant is at its quietest. She's particularly interested in moments when Sheila might be alone. This isn't impulsive planning, Poppy is methodical, patient, and determined. Her opportunity presents itself when she confirms that Deacon and the staff will be away for a significant period. The restaurant will be nearly empty, with only Sheila remaining behind to handle some administrative tasks. This is the window Poppy has been waiting for. With careful preparation, Poppy disguises herself and approaches Il Giardino during this vulnerable time. She studied the surveillance system and knows exactly how to avoid being captured on camera. She enters through a service entrance, moving with purpose and determination through the shadows of the restaurant. Sheila, completely unaware of the impending danger, is focused on paperwork in the office. The sound of footsteps alerts her, but before she can fully react, she finds herself face to face with Poppy, who has a gun pointed directly at her. There's a moment of recognition in Sheila's eyes, not just of Poppy, but of the gravity of the situation. For once, the notorious Sheila Carter appears genuinely afraid. Words are exchanged, accusations hurled, but Poppy's resolve doesn't waver. The gunshot that follows echoes through the empty restaurant, and Sheila Carter, one of the most feared villains in Los Angeles, collapses to the floor. News of Sheila Carter's death spreads through Los Angeles like wildfire. The community is simultaneously shocked and relieved. Sheila had been a menace for years, seemingly untouchable despite her numerous crimes. Her death creates a power vacuum and raises questions about who could have finally succeeded in eliminating such a formidable adversary. The Forresters, the Logans, and everyone who had ever been terrorized by Sheila gather to discuss this unexpected development. Steffi Forrester, who had suffered tremendously at Sheila's hands, can barely believe that her family's tormentor is truly gone. There's a collective sense of disbelief mixed with cautious relief. Deacon Sharp is devastated. Despite Sheila's flaws and criminal past, he had genuinely loved her. His grief quickly transforms into a burning desire for justice. He demands that the police find whoever is responsible and make them pay for taking Sheila from him. Deputy Chief Bradley Baker takes charge of the investigation into Sheila's murder. Known for his thoroughness and connections to the Forrester family, Baker approaches this high-profile case with particular attention to detail, too. The crime scene at Il Giardino yields few immediate clues, the killer was careful, methodical, and clearly planned this execution. Baker begins interviewing everyone who had recent contact with Sheila, creating a list of potential suspects. Given Sheila's history, this list is extensive. However, when Baker learns about the public confrontation between Sheila and Poppy at Il Giardino days before the murder, Poppy immediately moves to the top of his suspect list. The investigation reveals that Poppy had motive: protecting her daughter Luna from Sheila's influence. The timing also works, as Poppy has no solid alibi for when the murder took place. Yet despite Baker's suspicions, concrete evidence linking Poppy to the crime remains elusive. The security footage has been tampered with, and the murder weapon is nowhere to be found. Baker brings Poppy in for questioning multiple times. She maintains her composure, denying any involvement while expressing appropriate shock at Sheila's death. Without physical evidence or witnesses, Baker cannot make an arrest, much to the frustration of Deacon and others who want justice for Sheila. As weeks pass with no arrests, Deacon becomes increasingly unstable. His grief morphs into obsession as he becomes convinced that Poppy is responsible for Sheila's death. He begins conducting his own investigation, following Poppy and looking for any evidence that might have eluded the police. Deacon's behavior becomes erratic and concerning. His friends try to intervene, worried that his pursuit of vengeance will lead him down a destructive path. Even Luna, torn between loyalty to her mother and sympathy for Deacon's loss, attempts to reason with him. But Deacon is beyond reason, he's a man consumed by the need for retribution. His surveillance of Poppy eventually yields what he believes is evidence of her guilt. He overhears a conversation that he interprets as a confession, though the words are ambiguous. For Deacon, this is enough. He formulates a plan to deliver his own form of justice since the legal system has failed him. Deacon carefully plans his attack, choosing a night when Poppy is walking to her car after a late dinner. He waits in the shadows of the parking garage, knife in hand, ready to exact revenge for Sheila. As Poppy approaches, completely unaware of the danger, Deacon prepares to strike. But fate intervenes. At the last moment, Poppy drops her keys and bends down to retrieve them, inadvertently avoiding Deacon's attack. The knife misses its target, and Poppy, now alerted to the danger, screams and fights back. The commotion attracts attention, and security personnel rush to the scene. Deacon is apprehended, the knife still in his possession, his intent clear. Poppy, shaken but unharmed, identifies him as her attacker. Within hours, Deacon finds himself in police custody, charged with attempted murder. The irony is not lost on anyone. Deacon, seeking justice for a murder, now faces serious criminal charges himself, while Poppy, the actual killer, remains free. Deacon's trial becomes a media sensation. His defense team attempts to justify his actions by painting him as a grieving widower driven to extremes by the failure of the justice system. But the evidence against him is overwhelming, and his own statements during arrest incriminate him further. Meanwhile, Poppy presents herself as an innocent victim, first of Sheila's aggression and now of Deacon's unfounded vendetta. She gains sympathy from the public and support from her daughter Luna, who remains unaware of her mother's dark secret. The verdict comes swiftly. Deacon is found guilty and sentenced to prison. As he's led away, he locks eyes with Poppy one last time, and in that moment, they both know the truth. He has failed to avenge Sheila, and Poppy has gotten away with murder. As the dust settles, a question lingers in the air of Los Angeles: will justice ever be served? Poppy continues her life, seemingly having escaped consequences for her actions. But in the world of the bold and the beautiful, secrets rarely stay buried forever. Detective Baker hasn't closed the case on Sheila's murder. Though he lacks evidence to make an arrest, his suspicions about Poppy remain strong. He continues to watch her, waiting for her to make a mistake that might finally bring the truth to light. Luna begins to notice changes in her mother's behavior, moments of paranoia, unexplained absences, and strange reactions whenever Sheila's name is mentioned. Seeds of doubt are planted in her mind, leading her to question whether there might be some truth to Deacon's accusations. The community of Los Angeles moves forward, but the shadow of Sheila's murder and the question of Poppy's involvement hang over them all. In this world of intrigue and deception, one thing is certain: the full story has yet to be told, and when it finally emerges, it will once again shake the foundations of their lives. The ripple effects of these events continue to be felt throughout Los Angeles. The Forresters, while relieved that Sheila is no longer a threat, are troubled by the violent nature of her death and the lack of resolution. Steffi, in particular, finds herself in the uncomfortable position of almost sympathizing with Deacon's vigilante justice, given her own history with Sheila. Finn, as a doctor and Sheila's biological son, struggles with complex emotions. Despite the pain Sheila caused, he can't help but feel a sense of loss. He also worries about Luna, now caught between her mother and the accusations surrounding her. The Logan family watches these events unfold with trepidation, knowing all too well how quickly fortunes can change in their world. Brooke reaches out to Hope, concerned about her reaction to Deacon's imprisonment and the continued drama surrounding their extended family. Even Carter and Daphne, focused on their budding relationship, cannot escape the shadow of these events. The violence and betrayal serve as a stark reminder of how quickly happiness can be shattered in their world. As for Poppy, she may have escaped legal consequences, but she now lives with the weight of her actions. Each time she looks at Luna, each time she passes Il Giardino, each time Sheila's name is mentioned, she's reminded of what she did. The question remains whether she can truly live with herself, or if guilt will eventually lead her to confess. And so, the saga of the bold and the beautiful continues, with new alliances forming, new rivalries emerging, and the constant undercurrent of secrets threatening to surface at any moment. In this world of passion and betrayal, today's victor may be tomorrow's victim, and justice, when it comes, often arrives in unexpected ways. Thank you for joining me for this dramatic analysis of the bold and the beautiful. The twists and turns of this storyline showcase why this soap opera remains a beloved fixture in daytime television. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the Sheila-Poppy rivalry and its shocking conclusion, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more soap opera insights, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all the latest drama. Until next time, keep watching, keep speculating, and remember, in the world of soaps, nothing is ever truly as it seems. Next, we will learn about the exciting developments brewing in the bold and beautiful universe, where medical drama and personal intrigue are creating a perfect storm of entertainment. A perfect storm of medical intrigue. When two powerhouse doctors appear simultaneously in the soap opera world, viewers can be certain that significant plot developments are on the horizon. The recent behind-the-scenes Instagram post featuring Cassandra Creech and Ashley Jones in their medical attire has sparked intense speculation among the dedicated fanbase. Their professional chemistry is palpable even in casual social media moments, suggesting that their on-screen dynamic could evolve into something truly compelling for longtime viewers. The potential for these medical professionals to form an alliance extends beyond their shared profession. Grace's protective instincts regarding her daughter's romantic entanglements could find a sympathetic ear in Bridget, who has weathered numerous relationship storms herself. This connection might foster a mentorship dynamic or even a friendship that transcends their hospital responsibilities, adding rich layers to both characters' storylines. Liam's mysterious condition. The sudden collapse of Liam Spencer has created the perfect narrative vehicle to bring these medical minds together. His unexplained medical emergency raises numerous questions, Could this be related to stress from his complicated romantic history? Might there be a hereditary condition previously unknown to the Spencer family? Or perhaps something more sinister is at play, poison or deliberate harm from an unseen enemy? Whatever the cause, Liam's hospital stay promises to be a catalyst for character interactions that might not otherwise occur. The hospital setting creates a neutral territory where rivals must coexist, secrets are whispered in corridors, and unexpected alliances form under the fluorescent lights. With both Bridget and Grace attending to his case, viewers can anticipate medical jargon-filled scenes interspersed with meaningful glances and hushed conversations about matters extending far beyond patient care. Grace Buckingham, more than a mother. Dr. Grace Buckingham initially entered the bold and beautiful universe primarily as a maternal figure, focused intensely on guiding her daughter's romantic choices, sometimes to their chagrin. However, this hospital storyline offers a golden opportunity to develop Grace beyond her maternal identity. Seeing her in her professional element could reveal new facets of her character, her brilliance under pressure, her ethical boundaries, and perhaps even vulnerabilities that her protective maternal persona normally conceals. The writers have a chance to explore Grace's professional history, perhaps revealing connections to other characters through previous medical cases or training experiences. Could she have crossed paths with other prominent families in Los Angeles during her medical career? Might she hold medical secrets about certain characters that could become relevant in current storylines? The possibilities for character enrichment are boundless. Bridget Forrester, legacy character returns. Ashley Jones's portrayal of Bridget Forrester carries the weight of significant history within the show's universe. Her brief appearance during Jockle Juliuson's guest spot last year merely whetted viewers' appetites for a more substantial return. Now, with her white coat back on and stethoscope around her neck, Bridget's medical expertise provides a natural reason for her reintegration into central storylines. Bridget's return raises intriguing questions about her current life situation. Has she resolved her complicated feelings for various former love interests? Has her medical career flourished away from the drama of her family? Does she bring new perspectives gained from time away from the central conflicts? Her character represents a connection to the show's rich history while offering fresh potential for new narrative directions. The hospital setting, a narrative goldmine. The hospital environment has always provided soap operas with fertile ground for storytelling. The high-stakes atmosphere naturally heightens emotions, while the professional setting allows characters to demonstrate competence and authority that might not be visible in their personal lives. For Grace and Bridget, their medical abilities represent power and agency in a world often dominated by fashion industry drama and romantic entanglements. Additionally, the hospital creates opportunities for chance encounters between characters who might otherwise never share scenes. Visitors coming to check on Liam could find themselves face to face with unexpected individuals in waiting rooms or corridors. Medical emergencies might require characters to reveal secrets they've long kept hidden, believing them medically relevant to treatment decisions. Fan reactions and speculation. The enthusiastic response to the behind-the-scenes Instagram post demonstrates the audience's hunger for substantive storylines involving these beloved characters. Social media has been ablaze with theories about what this medical collaboration might mean for the show's direction. Some fans anticipate a medical mystery that will unfold over multiple episodes, while others hope for deeper character development through professional challenges. The pairing of Grace and Bridget has particularly captured viewers' imagination, with many expressing appreciation for seeing two accomplished women focused on their careers rather than solely on romantic pursuits. This professional focus represents a refreshing direction that could appeal to viewers looking for diverse storytelling within the soap opera format. Future possibilities. While Liam's medical crisis serves as the immediate reason for this doctor duo's presence, The potential for extended storylines involving both medical professionals is considerable. Could a hospital-based narrative thread become a more permanent fixture in the show's landscape? Might medical ethics or healthcare challenges become thematic elements in upcoming episodes? Furthermore, both doctors bring connections to different family groups within the show's universe. Bridget's Forrester heritage and Grace's maternal connections to Zoe and Paris create natural bridges between storylines that might otherwise remain separate. Their professional collaboration could facilitate narrative cross-pollination that enriches the overall storytelling tapestry. As we eagerly await the unfolding of this medical drama, one thing remains certain: Bold and Beautiful continues to find innovative ways to surprise and engage its dedicated audience. The unexpected pairing of these talented doctors proves that even after decades on air, the show still knows how to inject fresh energy into its storytelling approach. So stay tuned to our channel for more updates as this intriguing hospital saga develops. The doctors are definitely in, and they're bringing a healthy dose of drama with their medicine.